my gosh, I had to do another rant video, man. Stop killing games, Pirate Software. Why no one watches Pirate Software unless you're a fucking dweeb or anything like that? All right, let's get this shit started.
As a refresher, Stop Killing Games is a consumer movement to stop publishers from effectively destroying video games they have already sold to customers.
For those who don't understand, the Stop Killing Games initiatives is basically we don't want single-player games to have DRM that the developers can turn off and thus render the single-player games inactive anymore. This is what they want to change. They need to be specific that they're talking about single-player games that do not need a server to support them. And as much as they want it to be about specifically games where it is a single-player game that has always online functionality, it would impact every live service game that exists, instead of just targeting single-player, always online games.
Here we have our subject, Pirate Software, misreading the situation as I'm assuming that he does a majority of the time because he just reads numbers and coding. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't really like do anything else. He probably reads the ones and zeros and maybe writes some scripts from time to time. But he's not really like reading like, you know what I'm saying? So maybe he just saw some zeros and ones when he was reading that shit. But let me explain it to you. The Stop Killing Games initiative is, yo, stop messing with our fucking games when we buy them, bro. Once we buy them, server going offline forever, whatever you're gonna do with that shit. If it's gonna go offline, I still need a way to access my game 30 years later. It does not fucking matter if it's offline now or in 30 years. You know why? Because this is not a single-use product, bro. This is not like I'm using my grabba, I'm using my weed, I'm buying a drink of juice. This is a piece of art that I'm buying, my nigga. But, you know, Pirate Software is already a grunt. You know, he's been conformed already. He has to only think for the company. He doesn't think for, like, the consumer and the artist and how that would affect. I mean, he's worked on a piece of art, and he's not even thinking about that shit. Even if it's live service or not, why is that something that's not already in there? You're going to have a live service game, and then you already know, oh, yeah, it's going to be like a 15-year thing. And what's going to happen in World of Warcraft? They're going to end that forever? Is World of Warcraft going to end? Like forever? What if Blizzard doesn't become a thing anymore? That's one of the first, like, ever biggest, like, the biggest MMORPG, like, people could think about. What if that ends? You're not going to want to have that archived, or you can ever play it again and shit like that and host it on your own servers. Oh, not to Pirate Software, bro. It's not going to be the same anymore. It's not going to be the same. Shut the fuck up. We already know it's not going to be the same anymore. It's the relic of the past. That's why you look... Oh, my God, bro, he can't be this slow. He can't be, bro. He can't.
The short version is the initiative is about requiring publishers to have end-of-life plans for games they've sold to customers in the future. So when they shut them down, customers can continue running them without their support. So that's one thing Thor doesn't understand, but he also seems to think this is about converting multiplayer games to single-player.
Transitioning an entire multiplayer server-side game into a single-player video game, which means rebalancing the entire experience around single-player, rebuilding everything in the entire game. How are you going to do that with Final Fantasy XIV? You're just going to make all the raids soloable? Imagine the day that World of Warcraft shuts down, and suddenly you have to make it a single-player game for every individual that ever bought the game. That's what they're asking for.
No.
Because they would have to sunset live service games as a single-player experience. The idea that suddenly you need to make every single live service game playable single-player offline? No, dude.
Show my face for this one, bro. Is he serious, dude? He can't be this serious, bro. How did he misread it like this? Yeah, I'm all up close on my face, too. You're going to see every single bit. I had to show my face because of the stupidity I'm seeing on right now online is insane. And he's saying we're the ones misreading the situation. I'm reading the article. I read the article. He just narrated it for me. You're saying something else completely different. So I don't know what the fuck is going on. Listen, bro, we want to be able to play our online games, our single player games, our multiplayer games. We want to still be able to play these. You see how I have these games and I own these hard physical copies? Imagine you got these online and they said, nah, you can't play these anymore. No more Battlefront, you're done. No, this is Vice City. No more Vice City, you're done. No more Battlefront, you're done. You know what? You know what? No more Tekken 4. You can't play this with your friends anymore. Even we take off the servers, you can't even do. Hey, we're not gonna allow that no more. You can't even play it. Hey, you can't play this game no more because he said no more servers. You're done. Oh, this game right here, Street. Oh, since it had an online server and a server base, and no one plays this no more. This right here, this game you own with the disc. This game right here that you own with the disc. You're not gonna be able to play this thing anymore. Cause no one plays it. Well, damn, bro, I was just not trying to get on these grifters today, bro, but another idiot arrives on YouTube. Fuck.
Nowhere in there does it say that it's directly targeting always online single player games.
Oh, he's so close. He's so close to getting it.
It is vague, and because of that, it will impact.
He never has that light bulb moment.
I already know how people like that are, man. He's never gonna have that moment until the whole internet shits on him, and I guess he's probably gonna have that moment now. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe he's gonna probably take a couple more years. You know how people are. They're a little. You gotta let them do their own thing sometimes. He'll probably figure it out when it affects him personally. That's usually how it goes.